Hey y'all, it's Bennett, and I'm just gonna do this recording in the car because I have some time and I haven't had a whole lot of time to do a video lately. So let's talk about what's going on with my PlayStation 2 collection. It is time to cull the collection down to a much more reasonable number. It's currently sitting on like 300 games, and I want to get it down to about 150, so right about in half. The reasons for this include being taking up a whole lot of space on the shelf, and generally being a system that, while I enjoy, I don't have any particular emotional attachment to or history with, really, because I had a PS2 back in 2000 or whatever, but I didn't use it very much, and it's not one that was much a part of my gaming life. So cutting out the games that I'm not going to get to, cutting out the games that I have duplicates of on the Xbox or the GameCube, cutting out games like anime games that I kind of come up on in yard sales and stuff, and it's like, hey, cool, dot hack, I don't know anything about that, and I'm not an anime guy, so it's not something that particularly appeals to me, going in there and trying to play it. So yeah, so no sense me hoarding that in my little collection when I can sell it to somebody else. So that's what I'm doing. And it took some time to get all the games picked out that I was going to, pass along. And now I'm in the process of loading them up for eBay sales, testing them and making sure they work, first of all. And some, unfortunately, have not, but that's okay. Yeah, so the idea is to sell as many of them as I can, and try and break even at the very least, because I should have no problem breaking even on those games, because first of all, I've already sold some of the things that went along with them. Like if I got 10 games at a yard sale and only kept 2, then I already sold those other 8 games. So really, these mostly have already been paid for and were more or less free. But we're trying to get it down to where they're actually paid back for what I spent on them, and then we'll move on from there. So if I factor in the various ways I get these, the average cost of buying these games was probably well under $5. It's probably more like $2, but just for the sake of, I don't know, numbers and to be on the safe side, I'm mentally imagining that they were $5 a piece when I purchased them. So if I can sell those 150 games for $10 a piece, then I would have doubled my money. That sort of thing. And some of them will sell for quite a bit more. So yeah, a lot of them, like if I could sell all of those for $15 a piece, then I tripled my money, and so on. So obviously not every game is going to sell for $10 or hardly anything. Like there's some games that are just not gonna get anybody's attention, and they're not worth anything. So what I'm thinking is going to happen is I will sell all the ones that are kind of easy to sell, and then I will start looking at making bulk lots, and then with the rest, and sell those bulk lots. And what doesn't get worked out that way, I will try to trade in at Second and Charles, or I doubt GameStop would take most of those, but it's a thing. Or Full Circle Toys in Noonan, which is not too far from here. and I plan on making a pilgrimage out to in the near future anyway. Yep, so culling my PS2 collection, also my PS3 collection, for similar reasons. I have a whole lot more Xbox 360 games, and I play it a whole lot more, or play them a whole lot more. So taking out the duplicates that I have for the PS3 and selling those. And that means also that I have already sold my copy of NCAA Football 14 for the PS3. It went very quick on eBay, even at what I thought was a high price of $95. And I'm 90% sure I spent $10 or less on that. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that I spent $10 or less on that. So, yep. I figured I would sell it while the getting was good, because when the next NCAA football game, or college football game, I guess, they're not using the NCAA license, whatever. Anyway, when the next game comes out, who knows what that's going to do to the value of the copies of NCAA 14 for those Xbox 360 and PS3 systems. I suspect the price is going to go down, which is probably good, because it's absurd to pay $100 for a freaking football game. But hey, if somebody wanted to pay $95, great, I allowed them to do that. Yep, so that's the plan, is to purge my PlayStation collection. But and that means also that I will take a look at my PS1 games, although they're not taking up too much of the, they take up a whole side of my spinny roundy thing in my room, but they're not really overflowing, so I could probably get rid of a few of those, but I don't run across them all that often, so that collection isn't overgrowing itself. And similarly, the PS4, there are plenty of games that I have physical copies of that I already have digital, or that I'm just not going to play. So I'll consider seeing if there's any value there and culling out some of those. And yeah, PlayStation Purge. Some of y'all, this is complete blasphemy because you're big PlayStation fans, and I get that. But I've always been more on the Xbox side and the Nintendo side, so it's they're kind of third place for me, and that's fine. Yeah. But speaking of Nintendo, the next that'll be the next order of business after looking through the PlayStation games is the Wii collection, because it is out of control too, and taking up way too much space on the shelf, with again loads of filler, lots of games that are going to be harder to sell than the PS2 games, for instance, because they're complete filler. So yeah, we're gonna go through and cut that in, at least by a third, say, because I have maybe 280 or so Wii games, and it's way too many for that, for what they are being used and how much space they take up. Yep, so that's next. I don't know, that'll be the Wii purge, but that's next. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I will keep you posted on how the sales are going. I'm already making some progress. Like I said, I've sold NCAA 14 and the Warriors on PS2 and one of those anime games. Anyway, so we're making progress, and soon enough we'll be able to, break even on the money I paid for those games, and then start raking in all the profit. And the profit is going to be used on things that are more my area of, interest, like Super Nintendo and NES and N64 and Xbox. Yep. So that's the idea. Make room on the shelf, get rid of some things that I'm definitely not going to need, and then use the proceeds to make good purchases of games that I will have more affinity for. Yep, that's what we're doing. Thanks for watching and coming along this journey with me. And we'll catch you next time. Bye.